Students, welcome to the 8th session of chapter Microorganisms, Friends or Foes of class 8th and subject Science and Technology. Students, today we will continue with the topic Methods of Food Preservation. Earlier we studied about the importance of food preservation. The importance of food preservation is that if we will not preserve the food, it can be infected by the microorganisms, and if we consume that infected food, then we can fall ill and we can suffer from food poisoning. And we also studied that microorganisms require three conditions to grow, that is air, water and warmth. If we will remove any one of the condition, then microorganisms will not grow. And we have studied about different methods of food preservation in the last session, and they were drying, preservation using sugar and salt, preservation using acetic acid, preservation using chemical preservatives, heat and cold treatment. Now next method is pasteurization method. This method is used to preserve milk. Actually, pasteurization is a pressurized heating for a short time. It may be considered as mild form of heat treatment of milk. The temperature used during pasteurization is below 100 degree Celsius. In this method, milk is not boiled. Actually, it is heated at below 100 degree Celsius at about 72 degree Celsius. Milk is pasteurized to destroy microorganisms. But there are many heat resistant organisms are also present. They only get reduced in number. Heat resistance microorganism means which can resist the heat, means they have no effect of heat and they cannot be killed by heating. So pasteurized milk need to be stored under refrigeration to keep bacterial growth in check. In addition to destroying some microorganisms, pasteurization also inactivates some enzymes that can be harmful to us. Look at the picture. This is the picture of Amul milk. This is very common. This milk is used in our houses, and what we do, we boil it and then we keep it in fridge or our refrigerator. This pasteurized milk can be used or consumed without boiling. So this is safe to use because it has no microorganisms. Next method is vacuum packing. Vacuum means absence of air. In the absence of air, microorganisms, they will not grow. If we will cut off the supply of air, then microorganism will not be able to grow. And we can preserve nuts by using this method. In this method, food is stored in vacuum environment in airtight containers. And what happens? Microorganisms, they become deprived of oxygen and they do not survive. Vacuum packing is commonly used for storing nuts. It helps to reduce the loss of flavor caused by their oxidation. You must have seen in the festival of Diwali, some of your relatives, they gift you nuts, and these nuts, they are packed in airtight containers or in airtight boxes, or there is a layer of polythene on the box of nuts. So that is to provide vacuum environment to the nuts so that they do not get spoiled by reaction with oxygen, and as a result microorganism will not grow, as well as their taste will also not be spoiled. Next method of food preservation is canning. This method is specially used to preserve cooked food, and these cooked food, they are stored in sterile cans or jars. Sterile cans or jars means which have no microorganism present in them, and these are again air tight containers, and after sealing the food in airtight containers, these containers, they are boiled to kill or weaken any remaining bacteria. Canned food should be consumed immediately after opening cans, as they have high risk of spoilage. And if the cans or jars are damaged and show puffing or enlargement, this indicates spoilage of food. The food in such puffed or enlarged containers should never be consumed, because they may be infected by microorganisms. Look at the picture. This is the picture of rasgulla, your favorite sweet. It is packed in cans. Next method is freezing. In this method, food is kept at below freezing temperature. This method is used to preserve food for long time period. You know that low temperature, it does not allow microorganisms to grow. One of the conditions for growth of microorganism is warmth. So in this method, warmth is absent, so microorganisms, they are not able to grow. Now what happens in this freezing? When foods are kept at below freezing temperature, most chemical changes take place at such a reduced rate that only minor changes are noticeable even after long periods of storage. It means we can store food for long time period. Some microorganisms are resistant to cold than to heat. So some are killed by freezing, and some bacterial spores and a large number of organisms survive, and they get revitalized, means they become active when food is brought in room temperature, or food is defrosted, or food is melted. So what we have to do, whenever we have to defrost the food, then we have to consume it immediately, or we have to defrost only that part of food which is to be consumed immediately. So there are different types of food which are preserved by this method. Look at the picture. Pizza rolls, that McCain, you have seen many times of McCain articles. It may be like your tikki or finger chips, etc., which are used in your houses. So this is all about the different methods of food preservation. Now it is assignment time. Assignment questions. Question number 1. Give reason. Foods from puffed or enlarged cans should not be consumed. Second part, when using frozen food items, one should take only the required quantities. Thawed food should never be refrozen. Thawed food means defrosted or melted food. Third part is vacuum packing, prevent loss of flavor. Fourth part is pasteurized milk should be refrigerated. Question number 2. Give examples of food preserved by pasteurization, canning, vacuum packing and freezing. You have to write answers of these questions in your rough notebook. Thank you and have a nice day.